Coming up on this episode of Uncanceled Culture, let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. And then that's all the singing you're going to get from me. We're going over some remarks, and we also have things that we posted on our Facebook page, and who knows what else. It's sex. Coming up on this episode of Uncanceled Culture.
Yeah. So anyway, we're talking about pool. We had a pool playoff game yesterday, and he just got upset, man. Decides to walk off, and everybody was. I think it changed the vibe of the team of the game because we started off slow. We were down 3-2. We were down 3-1 and 3-2 after the first round. But then we came back and smoked them. We beat them 11-4.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, you
good.
told me the scores. I made it. I was thinking that y'all just beat the shit out of them. 11-4.
Yeah, man, we started off slow, and I was like, uh-oh. I said, man, are we going to get through this?
Yeah.
My sister's real interested right now, too. She's asking me, how y'all doing? I hope y'all lose.
Why?
Yeah, she's got hidden agendas, I guess.
Oh, she's mean.
Yeah.
That's very rude.
No, but I love my sister, man. She's good.
Yeah, she's still up. She's up in Dallas, right? That's where you guys
she's up
go
in Dallas.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's up, everybody? We are back. Special Monday edition of Uncanceled Culture. I'm Porky.
D. Louie.
And so Louie just letting us know how he did on his pool playoff yesterday. And he gets to play again, right?
We get to play again. So yesterday we played at Splash. I did let them know we were going to throw out some free advertisement just because we were supposed to record. So guys, if you're listening today, I'll tell you right now, I know a lot of y'all were messaging me this morning and today, like, where's the episode? Where's the episode? We usually come out on Monday mornings.
Yeah.
We had some technical difficulties yesterday.
Yeah.
So
life is what I used to say. Life happens. In the way. Yeah.
It does, man. So but we're here. We're still on track for the week.
We're fresh. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
But Splash, we did play there yesterday, and I guess the plan was to record there,
right,
at Splash.
Yeah.
They had already given us the okay, and we so I did tell them that I throw their name out there at least.
Yeah,
and
of course.
So if you don't know where Splash is, it's right off of Nogalitos and 35. Right there where the old Culeros used to be at, right next door.
Culeros.
Right next door,
nice.
man. So it's a nice little hangout. Had been going out there for years, man. What, 20 something years?
Yes, literally.
So yeah, it's on 905 Nogalito Street. Go out, check them out. Sam, the owner, Paymon's running the bar now.
So now Splash.
Yes.
That was the letters, right?
The letters of the bar.
Right.
So it's an acronym, basically.
Right, because there are periods.
Yeah.
In between.
So the letters of the bar, each letter is for one of the family members' name.
Right.
So S was for Sona.
Mm-hmm.
P is for Paymon. And then L is for Lupe, which is the mom.
And the reason that they sponsored us
our
softball team like a long time ago.
I played for their pool team.
Yeah.
Won a championship for them. They actually have my plaque with my picture on there.
Look at you.
In the bar.
Look at you.
Yeah.
So A is for
Andrew.
Uh-huh.
And then C is for Crystal. And then H is for Hassam, which is Sam. Yeah. So he was the owner or the original owner. So
it's been so long.
Yeah,
I haven't been there in a while. I don't know about. I'm sure you.
Oh, I go. Yeah, I'm probably there once. At least every month or so, 2 months.
Yeah.
Just to go shoot pool, but
yeah.
Yeah. So you haven't been there, go check it out. They have good burgers, good wings.
Oh, they have food.
They have food.
No shit.
Yeah, they got a grill. It's a bar and grill. Yeah, it's a bar and grill, man.
Damn. Okay, it has been a while.
The burgers and wings are really, really good. Real greasy, but really good.
Yeah, that's how you like them.
Yeah.
How,
and then they got drinks.
Stoppers.
So
that's good, man. That's good. So we've got our usual comments. We got comments that come in throughout the week. We try and post things, on our Facebook page, Uncanceled Culture. Go look for that. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. So go look for those. But we posted a couple of questions the other day. And we're gonna go over the comments. It's so awesome to get so many comments. So
yeah, quite a few.
We're gonna try and go through them. What do we want to start with? The
Do you want to do the? You want to do the window?
Yeah, the window.
Let's do the window. To the window.
So I posed a question. So the question is something you can say during sex and at a drive-through window. And I started off, I believe, or did I start off? It didn't matter.
Yeah,
we got a lot of them.
You did start off.
Roger, our boy Roger.
He had some. He had
He
quite a
must
few.
have had some time on his hands because he
did.
came up with a couple of them. But I said I asked for the water size. That was mine.
You also put, can you butter my muffin?
Yeah, you grab them in the biscuits and butter my muffin, please. And I also put I thought this was in and out.
Yes. Roger had a few. So Roger.
Yeah, shoot off Rogers.
So
real
Roger
quick.
says, can you give me more dipping sauce for my nuggets? Pretty clever.
Yeah, that was funny.
The other one was.
How do you say? Well, y'all rate that? How do y'all do it? Y'all said that's a 2. Or how do you say it?
It was about 2. Yeah, 2, maybe 3. We'll give him 3. We'll give him 3 jalapenos on that one. He also said, "Supersize me, please."
Yeah. Oh.
So
He wants the Ron. He wants the Ron Jeremy.
I'm pretty sure he's heard that a few times. He also said, he had an oldie, but you know, it's a more common one. I'll take some fries with that shake. Yeah.
Because his milkshake brings all the boys to the.
That's right. That's right. And he said, "Give me a hot number 2."
Big old Cleveland steamer right on the chest. I bet.
I don't know if he was.
I think that's what he.
I think he had been watching the Herd and what's his name, Johnny Depp, the Johnny Depp and Herd case, man.
Speaking of taking poops on something,
so we heard Sabrina had one.
She had 2 actually.
She had 2, yeah. And the first one was, "What's taking so long?" I don't know if we've heard that before, but
God,
we have.
Now that could have been in the other.
It could have been in the other one too.
Another
yes.
question that we have. Okay,
yes. We had Roger. Roger had quite a few.
I told you, Roger.
Yeah,
should have just read them all out.
So we might have to keep reminding the question just so people know. But something that you can say during sex at a drive-through window.
Uh-huh.
And he said, "How much is all this gonna cost me?" Now that one, I'll give that one more like a 7 or 8. Yeah, like that one was good, man. That one was
a good one. That was solid.
He did good on that one.
That was a solid 8.
Sabrina came back with "Thank you for your service." Okay.
No, she had 3.
Yeah, she did. Because this one, she says, "Well, not relative to my life."
Of course, whatever.
But damn, that was fast. Airing out all the laundry here, man.
Oh, she's letting everybody know.
Everybody know.
It's only going to get better from here, man.
Roger, of course, this was his. "I'll take the 12-inch double meat, please." Oh, I bet he would.
There's a lot of real innuendos in those things. A lot of them, Roger.
Now,
Come on.
this one, he says, "Excuse me, I didn't want cheese on this."
Oh, God.
Man. That's what happens when you're in New York, man.
Yeah. He's raving about the beef up there.
Yeah. So. Stephanie also commented. She said that was fast. So she was also piggybacking off of Sabrina's.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Joe Cuellar. He says, "What do you mean you're closed? I'm the last one here." He must have been at that. What was it? The BBW or
the strip club?
Yeah. The BBW. You know they closed that down already, man.
Yeah,
they shut that thing down.
Yeah. Well, what was some of the complaints? They said there was no air conditioning. There was no air conditioning.
And you got to think about how that smelled in there, then, man.
Yeah. Let's think about that for a little bit. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So I also had some on mine because I shared it, right? And I had some people come on.
Because Louis has a lot of friends, and I don't have any friends. And all of his friends like to post on his stuff, but they don't post on mine.
I know. I'm going to have to start letting them know. Y'all got to go to the page and put this on there, man.
God Dang it, man.
So Michael put on, you want some extra mayo?
Now, some of these I didn't see. I read some of them, but I didn't see all of them.
We had Jackie come on, and she said, I don't want anything you have to offer.
Put it away, please.
Put it away, please.
Put it away, please.
We had Gilbster, the Gilbster. Says melting in your mouth and not in your hands.
Oh,
That's more of a candy M&M
Candy-ish?
reference, but
Yeah, that's true. Unless it's ice cream or something. I don't know.
got Taylor came on and he said, "See you tomorrow." I can see that one. I can see that one.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
And then the last one I had, Brenda came on and she said, "That's not what I ordered."
So maybe the order took too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or that's not what she was expecting.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Well, I like those questions.
I like that. I like that one. That was a really good question. We had a lot of good feedback. We had a lot of people engaged.
Yeah.
So we want to continue that. We're going to continue this. We wanted to do something fun this week. We've had quite a few serious episodes here recently.
We did. We talked about it, and I was like, I posed it to Louis, or we were just talking about it, and we're like, you know what? I think we need to take a break from the seriousness.
We need to lighten the mood a little bit.
Yeah. So we are gonna have some sex questions.
Sex questions, yes.
And some sex facts.
Like some facts.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm getting red in the face already.
Well, we had the other one.
Oh yes, the other question.
The other one. So the other question that we posed this week was, would you want your partner to read your thoughts only during sex or any other time besides sex?
Now you gotta really think about the question, because right away people might say, well, I don't want them to know what I want to say. No, think about it, because would you rather hear their thoughts all day, all night, except when you're having sex, or would you rather hear their thoughts while you're having sex, but not hear their thoughts at any time? So Louis says that we got a lot of responses.
But why don't we answer the question first?
No, I don't want to.
I think we need to. I think we need to answer this question.
You suck. Okay.
So
Louis goes first.
All right. So would you want your partner to read your thoughts only during sex or any other time besides sex? This is what I'll say.
Man. I don't know.
I will say, so Sabrina had a comment on there.
Yeah.
And she said, would you care to share?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And then you said...
And so my response, of course, was, man, both. Like, I ain't got nothing to hide. I'm pretty open, straightforward. And if you know me, like, I usually say what's on my mind. I don't... And sometimes it comes out without thinking, right? Or not putting much thought into it really quick, and just it flies out the mouth, and
verbal vomit.
Yeah. So usually.
Yeah.
However, and she's not here right now, so I can say this. She'll hear it later.
She can still hear it.
During sex, of course. I think of course. And reason why is because.
Wait, where's that from? You gotta say.
Reason why? That's from Kevin Hart, man. If you don't know.
Oh yeah.
Every time just why? Reason why? So, I would say yes, because there's some times that I don't know. Like, I don't know everybody else's how they handle sex, right? But I'm not a talker.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be sitting there giving instructions and talking, and we're not doing that. So I would like for you to read my mind so you know what I want and what to do next, right?
What if you just slipped though? Like, what if just one moment? Remember? Because you saw what happened in Ghostbusters.
That's true.
The freaking Stay Puft Man came out.
That's true.
Because Ray was thinking about the wrong thing.
You're right.
You gotta be on your game, man. If you're like, okay.
You're dang right.
Okay. Man, I don't know.
Well, and I know Mike didn't like my friend's reference because he says it's not good comedy. He was like, the fact that you even know Friends and know the characters, you don't know comedy. However,
I was surprised.
However, like Joey would say, I never have an off night. So.
Oh man. So jeez Louise. I don't know.
And that's just the first part of the question. So I don't know. Like, would you want them to read your mind during sex?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. What if you slip?
And we're gonna have to pose this question when she comes to. But
what if something else pops in there? And then I guess, throughout the day you can control.
So now I get it. Now I get where you're going.
So now you can control your thoughts throughout the day. But what if you're like in the mix and you're like, this ain't working. I need a Kim Crawford, or I need a Cindy Crawford up in this.
Were you mixing Kim Kardashian and Cindy
Whatever.
Crawford together?
I hate Kim Kardashian, but anyway.
So
but you get what I'm saying.
Now I see where Porky's going. And if y'all aren't understanding, I finally got him. He's basically thinking, what if you're thinking of someone else during that time?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
And then they read your mind, like, wait a minute, why are you thinking about that person?
You were thinking about my jiggly ass, and now you're thinking about Kim Kardashian's ass, like,
or my friend.
Do you see what I'm saying now? Do you see where I'm at?
I hear you. But you know
that's why it's hard.
And I've been posed that question before. Do you ever think of anybody,
Of
course not.
No,
of course not.
But if they were thinking about your thoughts, if they knew what you were thinking when they asked that question.
I see where Porky was coming from. I get it.
You see the conundrum?
Yeah. I see the predicament that you can put yourself in.
But now, we need to see the other side.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to pose this question later.
And you know what? Now, let's change the question on our end. Because it says, would you want your partner to read your thoughts? Now, would you like to read your partner's thoughts, though, during that time?
No, God. See, I don't see. Same thing, dude.
Because I don't want to see that you are thinking of something.
Because what if she's thinking of somebody else?
Yeah.
Mel Gibson in his prime. Not right now.
Not right
now. No. But Mel Gibson way back then. Who else? Shit, you can think of anything. Leonardo DiCaprio. What if she's like, oh yeah,
athletes, entertainers.
Hey, see?
I hear you. Well,
I'm surprised you missed out on that.
You know what? You're right. You know why?
Really
because
surprised.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think anything's going through my mind. I think I have a goal, and I'm trying to reach that goal, and that's it.
Shh, quiet. Don't say that. Shut up. Don't say nothing. No, but it's kind of like, you see, I mean, that's speaking of Mel Gibson. You've seen that movie, right?
Yeah.
What Women Want?
Yeah.
I mean, think about that. Like, if you could think if you know what a woman's thinking all day long, like, is it good? Or is it bad?
Well, and I think in that movie you got to see both. You got to see the good parts of how he was able to be. Not, it wasn't spontaneous, but he was able to, like, already he knew what they wanted, so he was able to do it, right?
Right.
But then he heard some things too that, oh man, was I not supposed to hear that? Maybe I didn't want to hear that.
Yeah. When she talked bad about him, and all that.
So, I think if you could, okay, so then I guess we'll get to the next part, right? So, any other times besides sex, right? I would say yes if there was a shut-off button.
Oh, see, now you're adding too many stipulations.
And I know that we take the question for what it is, right?
You gotta take it for what it's worth, man.
But that's the only way I would say yes. I would say yes is
if you could turn it off.
If I could turn it off, because you're right. Sometimes, okay, I'm gonna be honest again, right?
No, look,
we're having these conversations.
He's on the ropes.
Dude, my hands are flying.
He doesn't know.
My hands are flying, and she's here now. So
he's not guarding.
She's here now, so we can pose this question to her too.
His hands are flying. He's not guarding.
When you're speaking, and I know that a lot of men think like this too, right? When you're talking to women, sometimes, and again, this isn't a women bashing show. We're not talking bad about women.
No,
but
not yet.
Some women. Notice how I said some, not all. Some women, you even when they're talking out loud, you don't want to hear what they have to say.
Right.
Right?
Is it
so why would I want to hear their thoughts all the time?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So honestly, I would say no. Again, if I was gonna add anything, if there was a shut off button, yes. But if I had to choose right now, as it is, no, I wouldn't want to know their thoughts all the time.
Louis trying to add stipulations to the question, and that's not the question. And I understand what he's saying, but he's trying to change it around to make it better for himself. So
I'm here now.
So we got Sabrina here.
okay, so now Sabrina's here. So
Hey, y'all.
we went over the question. Louis is trying to add stipulations. So
As I normally do.
you're on.
All right. The voice of reason is here.
So would you want your partner to read your thoughts only during sex or any other time besides sex?
Any other time besides.
So you wouldn't want your partner to be knowing your thoughts during?
No, because if you knew what was going through my mind 24/7, you would not be in the mood anymore. Women have at least 10 to 12 tabs open at any given time. So like even while like I'm driving to a destination, for example, not in the intimacy moment, I have 10 other things that I have to do right now, things I missed from yesterday, things I should have done before I left, what I'm about to do when I get there.
So then during
you should
sex,
see
you
Louis'
still have
face right
15
now.
tabs going at the same
Depending on
time.
the time of day, if this is first thing in the morning, I'm like, I gotta get up, I gotta make breakfast, I gotta finish this first. Of course, it's intimate time, right? Not to put myself on blast, but I'm like, I gotta do this. We have a bunch of kids, so I'm like, did everybody take everything they're supposed to take to school today? What do I have to do in the next hour? Like, okay, we got to speed this up. We're now on minute 4 now.
Which goes to the last question.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, what you would say at a restaurant or during what's taking you so long?
Yeah.
So now we see where that comment came from.
So-
Okay. So she does not want her partner knowing what she's thinking, right?
No.
Would you want to know
Nope.
what your partner's thinking?
No.
Okay. Now, what about any other time? Not sex. Now, any other time, would you want to know what your partner's thinking?
Yeah, I would, because I feel like men are never on the same page as women, ever. Well, sometimes me and the Louis have like a good relationship where he sees me on the go and I'm hustling 1,000 miles an hour, and then he sees me and then reads the room most of the time. Most of the time.
He is a man.
Yeah, he is a man, let's be fair. And then we'll kind of like jump into action, like, okay, you're doing XYZ, let me do ABC, right? Or vice versa. So most of the time we're on the same page, but when we're not, I just really wish I could think about I really wish I knew what you were thinking. Because I'm like, can you not read the room? Like I'm panicking, I'm sweating bullets, I'm screaming at kids, my arms are, one hand's doing laundry, one hand's doing dinner. And he's like, hey, babe, did you see this play on TikTok? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Or he's like, hey, what are we doing on Saturday at like 2 o'clock? And I'm like, why?
Well, that's not one of the 30 tabs that's open.
No.
You should be able to just switch to that tab.
Yeah, so I wish
We just turned this into a therapy session.
Right. So I really wish men, because I know I'm not the only woman, I really wish men could read women's minds throughout the day, so that they knew what we were what page we're on, and then vice versa.
Hey, sometimes we're not even on the same book.
We're really not.
Not on the page, but not even the same book.
To be fair, he also has a million things going on at one time too, and he always manages to get it done. And we're usually dividing and conquering, and then coming back. But it still would be nice to know, like.
So I think I again, if there was a shout out button, but if not, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Now, we did have some comments on that.
Wait, I would.
Oh, okay.
yeah, you.
On
I
here,
think,
Porky.
but during during sex.
Probably
I
not.
don't know, probably not. During any other time, yes, I think so.
You would want to know.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I don't know. I just
Now,
feel.
but would you want your partner to know your thoughts?
No.
There you go.
I guess this is really a
There
true
you
test
go.
of like, are you like lusting with your mind? Because if you're that type of person, you do not want your partner
He's
in your
like, all the
mind.
time.
He's like all the time, like all the time.
But also because I picture like the old Homer Simpson, with like the wheel, the car, and the wheels are
Yes.
like going like the monkey, just
Yes.
hitting the cymbals, like yeah.
Or the hamster
See that?
wheel spinning, but there's no hamster behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the elevator's not going all the way
Yes.
upstairs. See?
Yeah.
You see
Definitely.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
I do see that.
Fair.
I do not think he'd be a sane man after a day in my head at all.
I think any woman's mind probably, but
True.
Well, Devin came on, and he said, "Yeah, when the Cowboys football is on."
Hold on. Wah, wah.
Meaning, don't bother me. Can you not read my? Don't bother me while the game is on. So I get you, Devin. I get you. I get
Whatever.
you.
We both love football.
Cowboys fans
Just
unite.
not Cowboys.
I had another guy, Chris McCombs, from Houston. He said, F you, Louis. Not today, Satan. So he obviously does not want his partner
He did
knowing
not-
anything that he's thinking.
He did not want to answer that question.
I get
That
it.
is for sure.
I get it. Lisa came on and said, is this a trick question? So yes. So we had some people. Oh, Mandy. We had Mandy come on and she said both. She would want her partner to know during both. Because it would save her so much time and less bitching.
That's true.
So I
can
get
see
you,
that.
Mandy.
I guess it also depends on if your partner's vocal in the bedroom. Like that doesn't feel good. Like, stop doing what you're doing. Or someone's just staring into space.
Which
like,
is
when are
why
they gonna figure
you
out?
don't
You
want to
don't-
hear.
Well, see-
You don't want to know.
So during the bedroom time, I get it, right? But any other time, here's the thing. I think that's where the communication comes in, and we've talked about this, right? About relationships. Communication is key. So I'm sorry, but if you're expecting, let's just put it this way, a man to have to read the room all the time, or to know what you're thinking, or come on, like, you see me doing this, you're right. There's times I'm like, oh, she's got it. Okay, cool. Hey, did you know this? Fun fact. You know the human head weighs 8 pounds?
He literally will come out. He is the Googler master.
If you don't know where that's from, it's from Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, well.
But, it's like, man, you got this. Like, if you need help, just tell me, hey, can you do this? Sure, I'll jump up and get into action, right? But, I mean, there's some times where I'm doing the
What if-
relaxing thing too.
But what if she knew that you could read her mind and she asked you about 15 times, but you didn't? You never, you
Yeah,
were just
yeah.
like, "Hey, did you see this TikTok yesterday?" Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where it come in handy for sure.
So,
Any other comments? Or that's it?
no, those are all the
That was
comments I
it?
had.
Well,
Yeah.
for the last episode for Larry's story, which we did get. He actually had a lot of his friends go
Listen
and
to
listen
comments?
to the podcast,
Cool.
so that was really good. But Brandon left a left a comment
Brandon,
here,
yes.
and he said, "Big Red is trash. Really, only popular in SA." Is what he said.
Well, because he's not from here. He's from Houston.
Oh,
That's
But
why.
I,
What
but I
do
do
they drink
agree.
over there?
Anytime we've traveled anywhere and I'm craving one in the morning, they're like, "What?"
Big
What's
Red.
Big
We
Red?
have Fanta?
Yeah.
Or yeah,
Fanta.
whatever other
Yeah.
whatever other red they have. So it's not anything that we really carry.
oh man.
I did have a lot of comments about the whole Larry story too, and a lot of people like the Larry story. They were a little I don't know about. They were like, he was very
Was it-
credible all the way to the end
Really?
with
What?
your last story. With the last story
Which one?
about Petunia.
Oh my God! Did somebody say something about it?
Multiple
Multiple
had-
people.
What did they? So they didn't believe that?
They didn't-
Oh, so
they
they
didn't-
don't believe that he didn't do nothing.
Yes. They were like, I'm sorry, the story was great until the end. Now I'm not sure if I can believe everything else she said. And I was like, I said, man, I don't know. A lot of things. Again, it was the timeline and how long. There was a lot. To factor
it
into
happened
there.
so long ago. It doesn't even.
Well,
really
and see,
matter.
and that was one of the comments. It was, bro, this was 20, 30 years ago. It's not even relevant anymore. Like, it's insignificant. Why? Like, why have to bring it up? And I'm like, I get it, but you know what though? I said it made for a great story
Yeah, it did.
on the podcast.
It definitely gave the boom boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was
Yes.
talking
yes, yes.
But his
Transformers,
perspective was good.
Petunias.
It was
Yeah.
good. It was
Yeah.
good. So I'm glad that all the takeaway that he got from that was Big Red is trash.
Right.
We're having a serious discussion.
Yeah, skip the important
and he's
parts.
like, you know what? Fuck,
all that.
Big Red.
Big red
Jesus
trash.
Christ.
Yeah.
Big Red's trash. Thanks, Brandon.
You know that there was a long time that I got tired of Big Red for a while. And I think it was because it was tasting like syrup, and I don't know if it was just that it was hot, or I don't know what it was.
Are you from here, bro?
But let me tell you, it's back, bro. Because now we go down to the corner store and I just go get a fountain drink, Big Red, boom,
Big
and that's what
Red,
I'm drinking. Yeah. Like we don't buy them, but
Right.
anywhere we're
And
at,
when you're
if
out-
they have it, we're
Yeah.
getting it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Big Red's back. Big Red is back, baby.
Drink a Big Red instead.
That's right.
Well, as I mentioned in the beginning, we are talking about. We just had too many serious conversations. Okay.
Yep.
So we just needed to change it up a little bit. So here we are, talking about sex.
You can say it.
Sex. Can I say it?
Yeah, you can say it.
Sex. So we're gonna start off. I have a list here of strange sexual facts.
Strange facts.
So I'm not
What
gonna go
website
over
is that
all of
from?
them. I'm not gonna go over all of them. I'm just gonna go over a couple of them. So, so
He's already laughing,
Yeah.
guys.
So one of them is the record for the most female orgasms. You want to take a guess?
The record?
In an hour.
15?
I was gonna say 5.
What?
Damn.
No, you're way
Is
off.
it too low?
The record for the most female orgasms is 134 in 1 hour.
Wow.
They had to have been using the machine.
Well, who tests this?
Right,
Like,
right.
Was Guinness there? Like,
Right,
let's go.
exactly.
Like,
And
yeah.
how do you
mark
test
that? How do you
this?
know she wasn't lying?
Right.
They had to have hooked her up to something. I mean, if they were gonna test it for a book like a record,
It
right?
would have had to have been like by like hormone levels or
No, like you know how you put.
What did they? Okay, they
when
just
you go
put a
to
whole bunch
physical
of. They
and-
just put a whole bunch of probes. Is that?
No, those what are those things that the ones that stick onto you and when you're doing the running and the physical and they test you.
Yeah.
They had to have something like that on her, man. If they were gonna actually record this or make it factual.
Now it doesn't say exactly. All it says is the record. So who tested it? Who actually found out, or who? You know what I'm saying?
Was she a porn star?
That's what I'm saying. Was Guinness there? Like,
Was she a porn star?
is this a professional
She
job?
might have
Was this
seen,
her
we
9 to
don't know.
5?
Yeah.
Wow. So, yeah, very interesting. So in 26 states,
26.
impotence is grounds for divorce.
Wow.
Really?
So if
Say it
you're
again?
married,
Impotence.
impotence
Is
is
grounds
grounds
for
for
divorce.
divorce. So if you're married, that's a perfect example for you to lie and get out of your marriage because you
You're
don't
like,
want to
I'm
be
not-
there
I'm
no
not
more.
happy
It's
anymore.
like,
I'm
like-
impotent.
I can't have kids. Bye.
So like legally or like just like it's like the leading cause?
No,
No, it just says
that's
that
grounds.
it's one of the grounds.
Like you can get
So,
a divorce
like-
I
for
could
that.
use that as an excuse
Yeah.
to get out of my
Or a
marriage.
woman can say he's impotent.
I don't want to be with him anymore.
Yeah.
There you go.
worthless
Yeah, they can
peasant.
change.
Okay, gotcha.
I
You
want to
can
have
switch
kids.
it. Yeah. Yeah, you can. I want
Damn.
kids.
Yep.
I'm 70, but I want a divorce.
But I want a divorce. Yep. That's crazy.
Not even going to read that.
Interesting.
I can't even read that. It says here, now this is interesting. A single human male produces enough sperm in 2 weeks to impregnate every fertile woman on the planet.
Oh, wow.
That's interesting. I believe it. I mean, men make millions, like literally millions
Yeah.
of sperm.
So, okay, since we have
We are
the-
talking
we
about.
have
We
the-
are talking.
we have
to
the
a health-
medical
a health
professional.
They're
here.
not saying that like they're ejaculating that much. They're just saying that they carry that many
You're
sperm
right.
Yeah.
cells, which is
so what
100% accurate.
when a man is impotent, or like they say, so is he actually not producing sperm?
It could be a matter of like ED, which is like erectile dysfunction, or he's shooting blinks. His sperm is not able to be activated.
So he
within
still
the
has
gonad.
sperm, but
Yes.
there's no.
It's not. It doesn't carry any hormone component. Like there's an X and an X and a Y gene that you
Okay.
need to create a child.
Right.
Men and women both carry half of these, right? They both carry the chromosomes.
So he's still.
So his is going, but it has no brain. If that makes any sense. It's a useless.
Well, he is
little
a man.
thing.
Let's say that
He is a man. He is a
He
man.
doesn't have any brains.
Right. So.
I guess I never really understood. So like he's still able to shoot. It just doesn't
Yeah.
have anything
They're
with
just
it.
Yeah.
very weak.
So the ones that are impotent, they're
Right.
not impotent. They're impotent. They're
still loaded.
They're still loaded.
But they're not loaded. They're blanks.
Yeah.
They're just
They're
not loaded
just
enough.
Ah,
that makes
gotcha.
sense.
Okay.
Mhm. The cells are not
Basically
strong
a prop
enough.
is what it is.
Pretty much, it's a fake seas.
Yeah.
It's an impasta.
Oh god. Okay, so here's another one. Contrary to popular belief, large breasts do not respond sexually better than small breasts.
I agree.
Meaning what? They don't like. Boop. like.
I know. Respond better. Like how?
Oh,
like
like
breastfeeding,
a response from a person,
or like
a
getting
response-
turned on.
Yeah,
like
response
Getting-
like-
I
like
guess,
a sensual zone.
maybe getting
okay.
turned
So,
on.
but her being turned on, because I'm thinking like a response like. So read it one more time.
Okay, it says, contrary to popular belief, large breasts do not respond sexually better than small breasts.
Oh, okay. So the breasts don't respond.
Yeah, but like, what does that mean? Does like, do they not get
Right, like get
aroused?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't get. I'm thinking I was gonna say inflamed.
So like,
Not inflamed.
I mean, they hopefully not.
Engulfed.
But, I mean, there's like erogenous zones, right, in every part of the woman's body, as well as men's. Is that what it's meaning? Like, it just doesn't. It's not an erogenous zone.
I guess-
or more erogenous than it is in smaller. The
I
itty bitty
guess,
titty committee.
or could it be like because they have maybe because they're larger that they just don't respond like a smaller
Oh.
breast would?
Okay.
I think maybe what it mean. I would assume. I
You
take it as it
see
doesn't
my
respond
hand
any
gesture?
faster or more.
This
He's
is what
shooting guns.
literally pointing.
It's like
Pointing guns.
like machine gun jubblies. Is that what
Yes,
it means?
machine gun
Is that like
jubblies.
so? Is that so?
Right.
Larger breasts just don't like you know.
I would assume that they mean that just not any more than smaller breasts do. Like they assume that bigger breasts get more of a reaction than smaller.
See, that's how I took the question was like, normally getting arousal from like the opposite.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
So like,
yeah.
respond like, okay, are they getting more attention than smaller breasts do, right?
Attention, yes.
Okay, getting more
yes.
attention, yes, of course.
Absolutely.
Right?
More eyes.
Right?
Yeah, more eyes.
However,
Oh, I see what you mean now.
but do men prefer?
No, I'm thinking that I'm thinking it means that you're not getting the reaction that you would if it was a smaller breast.
Read it again one more time.
Okay, large breasts do not respond sexually better than small breasts.
Whoever wrote this is an idiot.
That's how it's
Okay, because the statement, breasts first of all don't respond at all because it's an innate object, right? However,
It's
the
just
nipples
fatty
do.
tissue.
The nipples
The
do because it's an
nipples do.
erogenous zone. So if it's trying to imply that bigger breast and its erogenous zone doesn't respond faster is irrelevant because size doesn't matter when it comes to that, right? Right?
That's what I'm thinking.
A nipple's a nipple.
Be like,
So if it's not
in
popping
Boomerang-
out, then you're not doing what you're
Right.
supposed to be
It's
doing.
just it's a you
Be like a
problem. It's
boomerang.
you. It's not me.
be like in Boomerang. That's nipple. Because I'm drooling. Because I'm drooling.
Come on, titty.
Whether it's an innie or an outie, doesn't matter.
See, and I took it the other way. I took it as like, is it arousing somebody more because it's bigger breasts, right?
Do bigger breasts get more attention than smaller breasts?
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, they're gonna
that's-
get more
that's
attention
different.
as far as looks,
Of course.
But
yeah.
do they turn people on more? Honestly, I don't think so.
I don't know. I still don't think that's the question, but I
No,
understand
no,
what
I-
you're saying.
but that's what I was
So you're
thinking,
looking
and
at
I
it
was like,
differently.
yeah,
right.
I don't
right.
think so,
Okay.
but-
That is a good topic for like the men though. Just
Yeah.
saying. Anyway,
Well, I think
I feel like men are men, and titty is a titty, and they're gonna look regardless of the size. To
Come
be honest, as long
on,
as
titty.
as long as there's a nipple on it, they'd be like,
Come on,
Let me
titty.
get it.
I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Which is from.
Which is from Meet the Parents.
There you
Yes.
go. It's just a game, fucker.
The game, fucker.
Actually, this one is interesting because there is an increase in blood circulation around the genitals during a woman's period. She may experience more powerful orgasms during this time.
110%.
So that's, I mean, even coming from my SO, that when you're on your period, she seems to be more.
A little bit more, yeah.
Reactive
Horny.
or
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And
So-
you just feel things like it's multiplied, it's intensified because I feel like your hormones, not because I feel it, scientifically, your hormones are on a roller coaster and they're either really high or they're dropping really low depending on what phase you're in. So scientifically, if you look this up, it's the luteal phase, right? Is when it's its lowest.
Big words.
Right. So then right after that, it spikes. If I'm not mistaken, it could be opposite, but I'm pretty sure. And that's when you get all these feelings. And so it's when you're like, we're emotional or ragey. And then right after that, there's a very small window, like between day 1 and 2, right when you start, where you're like, I need you now. So it's very true. Whether you want it or not, it just happens. And some people just fight it off, but others are like, they're going to act on it. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's a fact.
Oh,
So count your days and then try to attack your wife. Just
You gotta
Kick
be
door,
like,
show up.
be like, let me see what day it is today. Yeah.
No pants Tuesday or whatever. Make it a day of the week.
Which leads to nothing in your fridge August.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So let's see what else we got here. So go. Okay. What is this? During sexual intercourse, in addition to the genitals and breast, the inner nose also swells.
The inner nose.
What?
Like this?
I've never heard of that. I would assume like intranasal. So like that little septum period up your nose here. So you get like congested. Right? Like
I'm
the area
guessing
right
so.
here
It
between your
didn't.
sinus?
It doesn't specify. It says inner nose.
The inner nose.
So
Huh.
that's an awkward thing
Right?
to swallow.
I'm gonna test the theory. It says what was it? What is it saying?
The inner nose.
The inner nose also swells, in addition to the genitals and breast.
Huh.
So the breast swell too?
Well, it would make sense because it's such a small, like it has such super minute sized like blood vessels there. So it would make sense. I mean, if you have a lot of blood circulating to one area. However, it's going away from, your blood is rushing to that area, for men at least, to create a swelling and then erection, right? So I would assume that that'd be the opposite because your blood's draining here. Like all your blood is right up in this area, motioning towards the navel area.
Yeah, she's.
So
according to Wikipedia, it says the condition appears to be genetically determined and caused by the presence in the nose of erectile tissue, which may become engorged during sexual arousal. It's a side effect of the signals from the nervous system that triggers changes in the genitals. So,
Well, there you go.
But it does say that it makes their nose stuffy, according to NBC News.
Oh, I have a correction to make. It was the follicular phase. The luteal phase is when your hormones are at the highest, which is when you feel ragey. It's the end of the follicular phase, which is when you have a surge of what's called the LH. It's the luteinizing hormone, and that's what makes you feel more sexually aroused. So men, find out when that phase is. Lock in.
Who comes up with these? Obviously, these
Right.
terms are. What do they come from? Like Greek or something?
Yeah, I mean, God made us. I mean, talk to that guy. I don't know. We don't like this any more than you do.
Let's see. Okay, so Marilyn Monroe,
Ooh.
an international sex symbol, reportedly never experienced an orgasm with any of her famous lovers.
I believe that. I believe that. I've talked to you about this before.
Yes.
Really?
So a little bit of TMI. Hopefully my kids never hear this. Like they're a little far away.
my God.
My first relationship.
Let me cover my ears.
6 years. Never once throughout the 6 years, and I had 3 children within this relationship. Never once did I experience that, and I never knew. And it was my first time. My first lover, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew outside of that there was no, like, we were kids, by the way. I was 15 when I had my first child. I was 18 when I had my second, 17, I'm sorry. And then I was 19 when I had my third. So he was having a great time. I, not so much. I just was like, all right, I guess this is what we're going to do. And he was super like ignorant. He didn't read books and with this stuff, didn't know anything about it.
Right.
And so, I never experienced that until I was late or mid-20s. So some men just don't, I don't know. And women sometimes don't know
They
any
don't know
better
how to
either.
tap the source, man.
So I believe it. And her story's so sad. People didn't really love her. They just saw her body and were like, oh, she's beautiful. I want to just, do her. And didn't take time, I don't think, really to stop and ask how she felt.
And how would one actually know that?
Oh,
Like, do they ask her? Did they ask her when she was still alive?
Oh, if she never had an
Or
orgasm?
did the men
Yeah.
that she was with say that?
She could have been faking it, but maybe towards the end. Well, how did she die again? Overdose? Was it an overdose?
I believe so,
apparently,
yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
because there was no foul play.
Right.
It was the CIA, but oh,
She would have.
That's another-
There we
that's another
go.
topic.
Right. Then again, I don't know, because she'd always talk about how she, in her documentary that we just watched, because I was obsessed with it, she talked about how much she loved, like, she was a very sexual being, and she wasn't afraid of it. Like, she embraced it, and she talked about how much she loved, like, polyamorous relationships, and she never wanted to be in just one. So
She
I don't
wanted
know. This is a weird fact.
She wanted multiple people?
She would never wanted to just stick down to, like, just with one.
Wow.
She never wanted to just hang out with just one, and so she enjoyed the lifestyle and enjoyed like trying new things. And was it her that had a bisexual? She had a bisexual relationship for a time period. Was it her?
Was it her? I don't.
She lived with her first roommate was a girl, and
well,
she
was
left
it?
her.
I know that
Marilyn Monroe, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. I know
Marilyn
that
Monroe.
the other documentary that we saw from what was the other girl that went married to the old dude?
Oh, Anna
Nicole
Nicole.
Smith. I know
Nicole
she
Smith.
did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You're right.
she
Maybe
did.
I'm confusing the two. You're right.
Interesting.
But Marilyn
But yeah,
Monroe
it says
was
that
sad.
she stated that she was unable to orgasm, but it just could have been the partners or what
It
she
could
was.
have been, yeah.
Thanks. I mean, I guess there's a lot to answer or a lot to find out because, like, maybe it was just the fact that could it? I don't know. I'm just thinking.
So she revealed this to her psychiatrist,
Aha.
and that's where all of this information
I
was coming
see.
from. And she said, "I had never had an orgasm."
Which would make sense if people were just trying to, like... I can imagine if people were just turning her around and trying to, like, bang her. Like, they're obviously not touching anything to make her get there. And I don't know if men always... They don't realize that you really have to...
Well, if you knew what he was thinking. Am I right?
You're right,
or
right?
he knew what she was thinking. You're
Right.
absolutely right. Got a point.
Yeah, I like that. I like. Hold on. There you go.
There you go.
The rim shot. Okay, so the last one here.
No pun intended.
Damn.
I'm sure that happened during No Pants July.
July.
It says here, a woman. I'm sorry. Scratch that. Delete it. A man can reduce his chances of getting prostate cancer by having at least 4 orgasms a week.
Yeah.
And then it says, take care of your man.
Yeah. I believe that. Your prostate's supposed to remain active. However, to get to it, you gotta have someone that's willing. But the way that like the man's like genital area works is a very like it's semi-complex, much less than a woman's, right? But they all need to stay active in order to keep it flushed out. And if you just have like semen sitting there for a really long time, it can quote unquote go bad. Your body will like release it on its own in its own way, and just like urine does. But I feel like it's important to get blood rushing. Just like if you have like your foot, you don't got blood rushing there, what happens to it? It goes dead.
Falls off.
Not to say it's going to fall off, right? Hopefully not. But that'd be a good point to say, hey, I heard on this podcast that if you don't, it's going to fall off.
4 times, baby. 4 times.
Man, this is for you. Use it.
Yeah.
Use it.
Use
Use it or
it.
lose it.
You heard it here.
Use it or lose it, brother.
You heard it here on Uncanceled Culture. 4 times. Not 5 times.
Not 5.
4 times.
Not 5.
Not 5.
4 times.
Right.
In this case, 4 times
In this
will
case,
work.
yeah. In this case, yeah. Man.
Oh
so,
my God.
I had a couple interesting facts. I heard on a show that they said that people, and it wasn't just women, but it was more, I guess, geared towards women. But women who have bigger thighs and a bigger butt seem to live longer. And so when I was researching this,
Was it a hands-on research?
there was one on the New York Post that says thick thighs save lives, and it says that yes, in a research published in it wasn't the Annals, it was the Annals of Internal Medicine, that regardless of BMI, the body mass index,
Body mass index.
both men and women whose fat is distributed in the lower half of their bodies are less likely to die of any cause, particularly of cardiovascular cause, than those who are apple-shaped. So go ahead and like your big butt.
Yeah. That's San Antonio. There's a lot of...
It'd be like in, what was it?
You're a Charles
in
Barkley
Austin Powers.
fan.
Why won't you die already? Oh, man. So,
This is San Antonio. They like their barbacoa and big rib. baby.
yeah, they like the
He's a
barbacoa.
Charles
Big
Barkley
Red.
fan. He's
Yeah.
like those damn big women in San Antonio.
Churros.
One of these big women hurt him. That's why he's so mad.
Yeah. That's
hurt
probably what it
him.
was. You know what it was.
So, yeah, in the U.S. Sun,
Not
They also- a
not the
doctor-
not the U.S. Annals.
not the U.S. Annals or Annals, but in the U.S. Sun, a doctor revealed that having a peachy bum and thick thighs could add years to your life. He explained that that's because there's 2 types of fat that behave differently: the visceral fat, right? So when you're more balanced and balanced on your lower half, it says it helps you because you don't have a lot going on the top. So you don't have a lot of fatty tissue up here that's preventing you from breathing.
I don't know. I think it's because they'll have a sugar daddy or someone willing to take care of them.
So they have the best health insurance.
They have the best health insurance, eating the best food, drinking the best wine.
Oh, God. Traveling to healthy places.
Right.
Well, because it says with posterior padding or gluteofemoral fat, this type of fat is typically distributed under the skin. And fat in this region can actually act like a sponge. So it can store fatty acids and stop it going into the internal organs. So thick thighs save lives.
So you're saying that women should say no to Sono Bello? Is that what you're saying?
It's an anti-ad.
Or
Yeah.
to cardio.
Like that.
No, we're going to have to start an anti-Sono Bello campaign really soon.
There you go.
It's your life. Make it beautiful. I might get sued for that.
Right.
Never mind. I'll stop.
So another fact that I heard, or not a fact, but another thing that I heard was, do bras affect growth of breasts? So do bras affect like boobs from growing, right?
I've always heard that as a female growing up. Like your moms always tell us, like, oh, don't sleep with your bra on. Like, take your bra off.
Huh.
So here's some things that when I was researching, there was a few things that came up, right? So kidshealth.org, they said, no, a girl's bra won't affect the growth of her breast. That's because genes and hormones control the breast growth, not what a girl wears. So bras don't make breasts grow or stop growing, but wearing the right size bra may help you feel more comfortable, okay? And as I was going through, there was quite a few that were saying the same thing. No, they don't make breasts grow, or they don't make them from stop growing. However, there was one that I saw in, it was in Quora, I believe, yes. It says that the latest research in the last year and a half has shown that certain bras, and it didn't list the certain bras, but it said certain bras do restrict the growth. So I guess...
Wait. Okay, go ahead. No,
So
I'm sorry.
I'm just
had a
thinking,
question.
and now I'm just thinking, because it doesn't go into detail. It just
Right,
kind of
it
throws
just
out
says-
this random, like, according to them, fact, right?
Right,
Because
right,
they did
right,
research. But I'm just thinking, is it because it's constricting?
Yeah, I would assume like just like how I remember reading this whole I'm a rabbit hole person. I go down the rabbit hole once I hear something. There was a study in New York with kids that were like the underprivileged kids or the underserved kids that didn't have access to proper shoes, and that it would stunt their growth in their shoes. It didn't matter how tall they were. They would then get these like deformalities in their foot, and it would stunt their growth. They say the same thing for like infants. Like you shouldn't
Wow.
put shoes on them at too young because it could mess up the growth palette of their bone, right?
Really?
Yeah, and
I heard
so
that.
I would assume that it would do the same thing to the breast. Like if you wore a super tight sports bra too young for too long, which a lot of my friends did, even ones that were top heavy, you can see the difference now, like how they droop or how they're
Okay,
like
so
perky.
so you're right. So in the same article from Quora, right?
In the same anal.
in the same anal, it says constantly wearing a bra, it's not going to restrict the growth, but it will, however, hinder the development of your pectorals and other muscle groups that aid it from keeping your breast up.
Yeah.
So wearing breast too much, and they specifically say, especially during the puberty years.
Okay,
wearing
right.
breast
So this is as they're growing up.
Yeah, as they're
That's what
growing
you're
up,
saying.
right?
Oh.
Yeah, because once they're grown,
Yeah, because once you're older,
once you're older, honestly,
they're gonna hit the floor regardless.
Gravity takes over and does its job.
Well,
Thanks,
honestly,
gravity.
once you get older, right, breasts still grow.
I feel like
you
you
know,
gain weight,
as
you
when you
can-
gain weight,
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
Because if
yeah,
you've
yeah.
noticed, and you know, you hear this a lot from women whenever they're working out. When they're working out and they're losing weight, a lot of people say, well, the first thing to go is their breast, right? So
Or
they
their
get
butt.
smaller because they're
losing.
losing
But
the
women,
fat.
but
whatever,
women
yeah.
do. Like women do. I don't know if people know this or not, but if you look into hormone and science, women do really go through two different puberties. They go through your adolescent puberty, and then you go through one probably between your late your mid to late 20s into your mid 30s, anywhere between that time frame. That's why you always hear families say like, oh, her hips came in, because you get real voluptuous in your 30s typically, and that's like your final growth. And then I'd say 10 years from that point is when you start to see like premenopausal symptoms, like your hormones will then have already peaked, and then they'll start to decline slowly but surely. You'll start to get fatigue, hot flashes, nothing. You've already maxed out your hormone development. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So then it starts to go down, and then everyone's kind of like, well, you're too young for that, not realizing that some people develop a lot faster.
Right.
So I'd say depending on whenever you hit your first mark in puberty, which I'll be honest, TMI, I was a late bloomer. Mine was like 14, 15. 10 years to that year, literally 10 years to that mark in the summer, 25, 26, I was called I went to go and see my OB because I thought I was going through premenopausal symptoms. I was like, what's going on? Wow. And she's like,
At 25?
No. Yeah. She's like, you're just going through your second phase. I was like, what? Like, it's a thing? She's like, yeah. I had adult acne. I've never had acne in my life.
Holy cow.
I started to pick up a little bit of weight gain, and around my face, around my legs and butt. There's still lack thereof, but still. She's like, you're picking up weight, and it's not all bad, but this is a thing. So she put me on a low-dose progesterone and got it under control. Most people will typically get put out like on a birth control, and then it'll kind of smooth things out, or get taken off depending on where you're at. And that's usually when people start to see the big fluctuations. Like women will usually go through this. So I believe it. So if you're not 30 yet,
Well,
give it some time. You might get some growth.
well, there's a study in the Montclair Breast Center, right? And they were talking about women from the ages of 18 to 35 that they really should not wear a bra if they don't have to. So basically, when you're at home, when you're gonna go to sleep, because there's women that they sleep with their bras, you know.
Right.
Don't wear them when you don't have to, because it does affect not so much the growth, but it affects, like we were talking about, the muscles in the area. It affects the support, where you're gonna need support longer as you get older, and this is gonna help keep them where they're at, right? And even though a lot of people say, well, you need to wear them so that way it gives them support, and people see it as you're molding them into where you want them to be at, and no, that's not the case. According to this study, ditch the bra, it's better for your health. So, but it really, studies they haven't shown facts as far as do they stop. Again, this one study did say yes, it does, but it didn't say like what type of bras. It didn't say at what age or when to stop, or it just says it can affect it. I think it's more affecting the support, the way they hang, and how if they can start to droop at an earlier age the more that you wear them.
So the point of the story is get a sugar daddy,
Right.
to help you keep those puppies up to your chin.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. So, boobs.
Boobs and bras.
It goes back to our bat reference. Oh man, when Porky and I were playing softball.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was years ago.
But
was it Easton? I think it was Easton, wasn't it?
Well, geez,
I can't remember which bat it was.
The cryos.
Yeah,
the cryos were out.
But they had quite a few different brands, right?
Yeah,
they were coming out. It was the same bat, but it was different styles, and one of them was end loaded, right? The other one was extended knob, right? Because it wasn't an axe handle, but it was an extended at the end where to help you with your swing. And us, as we were growing up and as we were going out,
young guys,
that was our code words when we would see. So when we were talking about a bat being end loaded, when we would say end loaded and we were out, it was a girl with a big bottom,
big
right?
booty,
big butt, right? With a big butt,
big juicy booty.
And whenever we were talking about the bat that was extended knobs, well, she was top heavy, so
she was a little top heavy,
machine gun jubbly. So
horrible.
So that was our.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look up those bats. I'm gonna post them. If you know,
I tried to look for them. I couldn't find them, man. Golly, I tried to look for them. I couldn't find them.
If you know where they're at, help us find them. All right. God, there's so much sex on the brain. We had a lot of sex questions today.
Yeah, some fun facts,
Yep.
interesting facts.
And we're going to continue because
We got a special guest.
we got a special guest, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from New York City. Well,
Get a
maybe
rope.
not New York City.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
Get a rope.
Get a rope.
Roger, what's up, Raj?
Get the ropes. What's up, guys?
How's
Dude,
it going,
y'all-
dude?
Nice, man. What a surprise, man. Y'all like completely caught me off guard. Going into this whole segment raw again, so
Yeah. Aren't you used to that though? You like the raw dog? No.
Hey,
Raw
it's a
dog.
perfect segue for this segment here, man.
yeah. This is a sex podcast, huh? The
Yeah.
sex show.
We figured as we're kind of talking about it, we're like, we got too many fucking serious topics going on here, dude. We need to change this shit
We need
up.
to lighten the load. Whoa,
Yeah,
that's another
lighten
one.
Yeah, you got to make it sexy, man.
Sexy, just like you, Roger.
Yeah.
That's why we brought you on, bro.
Nice.
So we're gonna pose these questions.
Yeah, we're good.
So we're gonna pose these questions to you, man. So
Oh shit! Damn, I'm on the spot here.
You're
You
on the
are.
spot, brother. You're on the spot.
yeah, that's why we called you, man. We value your input immensely.
Yes.
So
Well, for
that-
the most part, yeah.
you are still a cowboy fan.
We had to fill a spot, so we, you know.
Oh, yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm
Roger's
good at
used to
filling up-
getting
I'm
his-
good at
his-
filling up things. man.
Hey, or he's used to getting his spots filled. So
Nah. First way. I liked it better the way I said it.
okay.
Okay, so Louis, go ahead and ask him the question, man.
All right.
And this got real in depth here because Louis was trying to change the question, and I'm like, no.
It's not that I was changing the question. I was just doing, a different perspective. It was a perspective. However, the question that we had put out there on our social media was, would you want your partner to read your thoughts only during sex or any other time besides sex?
Specifically, the question I did not answer when I saw that pop up on Facebook. I don't know, man. I don't know. I might plead the fifth, but I don't know if I absolutely had to choose. Shit.
Well, can you, because you really have to. So here's what happened, right? We asked the question, and Louis was answering it one way, and then I kind of took it another direction with the same question, and I said, well, look, what if
Yeah.
you remember Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
You remember what happened when Ray thought about the wrong thing, and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man came out?
Marshmallow Man.
Right.
Yeah.
So what if you're in the midst, and she knows what you're thinking, and now all of a sudden, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man comes.
The Stay Puffed.
Exactly.
Stay Blue.
Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why it's a serious question.
I don't necessarily know exactly what you're getting at, but there's never been a situation where I'm in bed with my girl thinking about anything other than my girl. So, shit, this is a tough one.
So I'll let you know like this,
I don't want
Roger.
anybody knowing what I think.
So here's when the question was posed, right? When I answered it on my side, I said, well, of course. I mean, I think so because during that time, I'm not a talker. I don't talk. So
Not even a little dirty talk.
no, man.
Nothing
I know.
like that shit, bitch.
Hey, my mouth is usually busy, bro.
Baby.
Yeah, so-
I didn't know if we wanted to go there.
I'm just saying. So I'm not a talker, right? But what I do, what I was saying was like, well, yeah, because I'd like for her to know what I'm wanting, or And Porky's like, no, you're not getting it. So he keeps trying to pose the question, right? And I was like, huh. Now I see where he's coming from, right? He's saying, what if something else pops into your head, or not something, but what if someone else pops into your head? And then she's reading your thoughts. And that's where I'm like, oh, I get it now. Now I know where you're coming from, because I wasn't coming from there. Because I'm the same way as you, Raj. I feel the same thing. I think I'm only thinking about her. And honestly, my mind is blank because I'm literally focused on the goal at hand, and that's it.
See, there's no reason for her to need to know what I'm thinking during sex. 'Cause, I mean, no, it's like seriously. I don't
like,
mean
I
that
take
as a
control.
joke. Like, if I want something or need something, I tell her. You know, I'm pretty controlling in that situation. I think most women kind of, you know, appreciate a guy
Yeah, I
that
agree.
takes control.
I agree.
So, you know, if we're in that situation, I tell her what I want.
Yeah.
And I ask, I'm like one of those guys. Oh yeah, you like that? Is that good? Yeah, you take it. Yeah, you like that? Like I'm one of those guys, you know. Not that cheesy, but you know, that's just a rough example. But
You don't sound like your voicemail, do you?
I know, man. Your voicemail
You
sounds.
have reached the Smiths Brothers mortuary. We will get back to you as soon. That dude, that's how you sound.
I don't.
We heard it. We're
I
like,
don't
what
even
the hell?
know. I don't even know. What
You'd
did
be
it say?
freaking her out talking like that.
What did it say? Yeah.
I don't even know. Was it? I think I recorded that a long time ago, and I specifically didn't leave my name because I had crazy people calling me all the
Well,
time.
it just sounded very serious.
I had some Lurch vibes.
Yeah.
Ah, nice. I have to go back and listen to that.
Yeah,
I
you
have
might
no
have
idea.
to. You might have to go back and listen to. I'm sorry.
But
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
I'll check it out. But
so
if
we
I had
need-
to pick
yeah.
one, like there's no way in hell I want my girl knowing what I'm thinking at any time other during sex. Because there's those times, you know, you gotta fluff up your girl a little bit. You know, you tell her hair looks great when maybe, you know, she just got out of bed. She's like, oh my God, I don't want to go out looking like this, babe. You look great. Come on, oh, you look great. You always look great. Oh, you're just saying that? No,
No.
of course I'm not just saying that. But if I had to pick, you know, it would be the sex one, I guess.
Okay,
If
so
you're
you
gonna
wouldn't want
hold my
her.
feet to the fire,
So you wouldn't want her knowing any other time what you're thinking.
right?
Huh.
Because during sex, I don't know, it might even actually help resolve an issue or two that you know that might have came up, you know.
See, this is why Roger's here. It's always a different point of view coming
Yep.
from Roger.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I might as well just spit it out, but you know, there's, I think every guy might go through that situation where maybe you're taking a little too long and like you're getting tired, and like maybe your thigh starts burning because you're stuck with one leg on the bed and the other one like holding all your body weight, and then your leg starts like cramping and burning.
Yeah, Roger
Before you know it,
he's getting into some porn positions, bro.
I mean, dude, come on, man. You just go with the flow. Go with the flow. But yeah, sometimes you stop and it's like, oh, you know, like it's disappointing for her because, you know, what girl doesn't want to feel like they're pleasing their man. So it's a thing.
Yeah.
So
So
that in that situation, it could have helped clear up a whole situation that happened.
So
yeah,
would you-
yeah. Where they're like, well, what's going on? Are you not turned on? Am I not
Yeah,
doing
exactly.
this?
Like,
So-
oh, I'm not doing it for you. Oh, it does not feel good, and it feels like, come on, like of course it does, but
Yeah.
like I just got out of the gym. I did leg day, and like my inner thighs are burning from being in this position for so long.
If I could
The-
just read your mind, I would know what's going on.
Yeah, the physiology of the whole situation comes into factor. So in that situation, it would have definitely helped clear up the
Okay.
whole situation.
So I changed the question, and I know Porky hates when I change the questions, but
for this one, I'll let him change it.
because I reversed it and I said, okay, but would you want to know during that time or any other time? Would you want to know your partner's thoughts?
I don't know. No, I don't want to know any of that.
See, and Porky
I
said the
don't know
same
what
thing.
they're
He was like, I do not want to know what she's thinking because what if something pops up the same way I'm scared?
Other way around.
What if something pops up that I don't want to know, and it's gonna lead to a situation. It's gonna piss me off. It's gonna
There you go.
turn it off completely. Like
It's like I mean, beige. I think I'll paint the ceiling beige. I mean, really, like it's like, did I turn is the
So-
iron on?
so.
Oh my
just-
God, Leonardo DiCaprio.
So
or
you're
trying-
gonna hear this. You're gonna hear this, Rod, because when you hear it come out tomorrow, right? But we posed it to Sabrina, and Sabrina's like, look, if men don't realize the amount of tabs open we have in our brain, so
Oh, yeah.
so at any
Oh, I do.
time it could be the morning, and I'm thinking, what do I have to do today? Oh, did the kids do this? Oh, do I have to go? Oh, I got to make breakfast. Like, there's so many things going on that's what's in my head, even during that time sometimes. So it's like, do you really? If you were to know that, it's gonna be like, dude, I'm done. Like, you're not even into this moment.
No,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't want to know any of what she's thinking, especially when it comes to terms of like being in a relationship, because then it's like, where's the fun in that? It takes there's no challenge. Like, part of being in a relationship is like, doing things that'll make them happy, like on your own without being told. And if you know everything that they're thinking, it's kind of like cheating. That's not fun.
Well, okay, but they're not they don't know that you can read their. What if they don't know you can read?
Well, the example I brought up was
what women want. Yeah.
With the movie with Mel Gibson.
With Mel Gibson.
Yeah. When he could hear every single thing.
So I mean, it worked out in his favor on some times, and it didn't on other times. So
yeah,
I get it.
If I had that power, though, I'd turn into like a evil mastermind type. I would totally abuse that power.
I think I would too. That's the thing.
I would totally abuse that power.
Yeah,
I wouldn't use it just to make my woman happy.
But then
and the question keeps it specific to your partner. However, you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna have that same power that Gibson had and be able to hear all women's thoughts.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's right.
Specific to your
So be specific to the Porky.
Right.
Be specific to the question.
I was just bringing up. I wasn't changing the question. I said it's kind of like.
It's kind of like.
But you did bring up a good point. It's all
so
women.
Be specific to your partner
specific.
and not to everyone. But I told Porky, I was like, you know what, man? I think the only way I'd want that is if I had a shut-off button, and that's not the question, right? The question isn't, would you want to know it sometimes and not sometimes? Is, do you want to know what their thoughts are? So if I had to choose and there wasn't a shut-off button, then no, I don't want to know.
So what stipulation would you put on it, Raj?
No, I wouldn't put any on that. I don't want that power. I don't want it. I don't want it at all.
But if you could manipulate it just a little bit.
I mean, sure, an on-off switch would be nice, right? If you're gonna have that power, just be able to just whatever, squint and look at him, or the way Professor X did in X-Men. He just kind of holds his finger to his temple and like looks like he's concentrating really hard.
Oh, let me tell you, before you go on, you should have saw that was the exact look that Louis had on his face when Sabrina started talking about the 20, 30 things that she had in her mind. Which was hilarious, and I'm looking in his face. I'm like, look at Louis.
Serious?
Look at Louis. Look at Louis.
Yeah, that's the look.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we had some comments. We had comments, and there were people that said, like, one woman said yes because it would save from the nagging, the bitching, the, you know what I mean. There wouldn't be as many arguments. And my thinking is, why not just communicate? Why not just talk?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I want you to read my mind. Don't make me have to go through all the extra effort to tell you what I'm thinking.
And honestly, that's basically how it works now. So,
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I'd rather not. I like the challenge of being able to guess and try and resolve issues and problems and do sweet gestures and things like that on my own. I don't know. That'd be totally cheap.
And I agree. I agree because you want to see what works. If whatever gesture or action you did got you a response, or like, oh, that didn't work. Well, then okay, cool. Then I know not to do that again, or I know to keep doing that.
I think it also depends on the guy, though. Wouldn't think on the guy because, not every guy's an asshole, but you do have assholes out there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
wait, what? Assholes exist? I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, maybe.
It takes one to know one, huh?
Well, I'm just saying. Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it could. I guess if you look at it in terms of like how certain guys are, because what if the guy is just completely sweet? Let's just say.
Oh, like in or sensitive.
Sunset.
Yeah,
or sensitive, like in what was it?
In Bedazzled.
Bedazzled, yes.
Safe tuna.
Yes, dolphin safe tuna.
My friendly fish beneath the sea.
That's the one. Oh,
that's what I mean.
You know what? That should have been the other question. That should have been the other question. What qualities or traits, would you want, or would you, you know what I mean? I
There
get
you go.
it.
That's the next topic.
Next topic, yes.
Oh man.
Oh man, I don't know, man. I don't want anybody reading my mind, but yeah, I guess in that situation, the sex one is probably the way to go.
Who knows? I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even want to know what's going on in Roger's mind.
And that's why I said the same thing. I thought the same thing. It was like during that time, yes. Any other time, no.
Roger's, I can imagine Roger was like the American Psycho vibe, like looking in the mirror, like really getting it on that face, you know.
Ever since that movie come out, who hasn't done that?
Right.
The look in the mirror.
I remember the first time after I saw that movie and there happened to be a mirror there. Oh yeah, I totally did that shit. It's basically like a pornographic movie quote, basically. Instead of quoting a movie, you're just acting the scene out.
Right, yeah.
I think we've all done that.
I don't
That
think
kind of
I've
makes
ever
me
done
want to.
that.
I don't know.
I don't think I've ever
Kind of
done
makes
that.
me want to go watch the movie again.
Y'all haven't? You haven't done that, Louis? You've done that.
I've never done that, bro.
Louis had a whole no past
Well-
July opportunity to do it.
Yeah,
Who
no.
knows what he was doing?
You know what popped in my head that I could see Roger doing is that scene. Was it Cocktails? Where he comes sliding into the room and
Risky Business.
was it Risky Business?
Yeah, with
Was
the
it Tom-
sunglasses?
with Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could
Oh,
see
yeah,
Raj doing that.
I'm sure I've done something like that. I mean,
I'm
we've
sure
all-
you have too, sir. I'm sure you had too.
Ever since that ever since that Lonely Island song came out, I think we've all done the helicopter dick too.
Helicopter.
Helicopter dick to impress a chick. Do the helicopter dick. We've all done it. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
It's like forgetting Sarah
It's like
Marshall.
yeah.
it's like using a hula hoop. You just gotta find the rhythm. And
It's like forgetting Sarah Marshall when she comes in and she comes in and he's standing in the kitchen and he starts like swinging it back. Oh, Raj. Hey, man. Well, I appreciate your time, Raj.
yeah, man.
For being our first
The first
working call.
Yeah, and I know
Shit.
that I know we sprung it on you last minute, but
Yeah.
but just like you said, you purposely didn't answer, and we were like, nah.
you
We're
need
gonna
to
make this
answer.
guy answer this
You didn't
one.
answer.
Well, it was cool. I came in raw and popped your live telephone call cherry.
He popped my it wasn't even a 976 number
That's
either.
right. We didn't have to pay for
Yeah,
it.
y'all
Well, we
called
paid
me.
for it
That
actually.
shit was
Yeah,
free.
we caught you. Yeah. Next time, leave us your Venmo. We'll
There
send
you
some
go.
money.
Nah. Happy to please, guys. Happy to please.
I bet you are,
I
sir.
bet you are, sir.
I bet there's a bunch of videos on Pornhub that Rogers followed as well.
No, I don't follow stuff.
Oh, you make up your own.
He
Just
clicks
you
and
guys.
clears. He clicks and clears.
Just you guys. Subscribe.
Oh, dude. All right,
Man,
man.
well, we appreciate it, Roger. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
it, Raj. We'll
Yeah,
talk to you
man.
later, bro.
Later, guys.
All right, later.
Raj.
That was great, man. Well, man. Well, there you go. Our first sex show. How many episodes in? 14?
14.
14.
It only
Yeah,
took
this is 14, right?
Yeah, this is 14.
Hey, man, real quick. I know that there's a lot of stuff that you guys don't see behind the scenes, and I'm always constantly updating Louis on everything. But, man, thank you so much for listening. You know, everybody that's even listened for 30 seconds, a minute, you know, it
definitely.
means a lot, you know, because like I said, I sent Louis all the information. I said, look at this, you know, and man, forget this. So just to kind of, you know, give us a little, you know, how do you call it? Pat ourselves on the back. 600 and almost 70 listens, downloads, whatever you want to call it, for 12 episodes so far, because not including this one.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, I mean, stuff like that, it's like, man, it's
You know, we really appreciate it. I mean, honestly, I didn't think that we would be this far in plays. You know, it doesn't seem like a lot when you're looking at the episodes, right? And you're looking at how many plays, and it's like, oh man, you're roughly 50, 60 plays. But even having 50, 60 listeners listen
Right.
to an episode. Like that's still something that we didn't think that we'd be at yet. Right. Of course, we want to grow that. We wanted to be better than that, but we didn't expect for that to be where we're at right now. So again, we appreciate everybody's listen, everybody's taking the time, because I know there was a lot of people that I talked to and they were like, I don't listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
I don't listen to podcasts, and I'm like, well, just check it out. And so I've had people that never listened to podcasts,
right?
And they're listening, and they're like, man, they loved it. They were like, man, y'all are funny, or I'm laughing, or there's always little things, and it's kind of kept them now in,
right?
And some of them said, I'll give it a shot and let me see how it goes. And guess what? They've stayed. So, and all we're asking is, hey man, just keep sharing it with other people, because there's other people, especially on certain topics that you're like, hey, you need to listen to this.
Well, because there's a lot of things that people can relate to. Mm-hmm. We talked about the child support. We talked about last week the Louis story, the Larry's story. Yeah. Sorry. But even the stupid stuff like the fiesta, because everybody can relate to that stuff. Yeah. If you listened on our early episodes, which I hope a lot of you did, because I think we brought a lot of people in, after 6 or 7 episodes. But if you go back and listen to like the original ones, I mean, there's a lot of funny shit on those. Just as funny as the shit that's going on now.
And I had people telling me, man, it was like just y'all. It was like just sitting at a bar. And,
exactly.
And Roger made that comment too.
Right.
He was like, it's kind of like just sitting at a bar and just kind of hearing y'all talk. And I'm like, yeah, and that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
We were doing that. And it was good. We enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people enjoyed it. But again, I think this also led to some conversations.
A lot.
There was people that were telling us, I had conversations with my family, or I had conversations with friends, debates, or, it led to some things, and it was great because this is some things that can open up, some conversations. So just continue listening, man. Continue sharing. Again, what we've talked about, if there's any topics or any suggestions or anything that you want to listen to, let us know. I mean, we're game.
Yeah, I mean, we tried. I know that one of the listeners that she posted a lot of stuff to us, things that we can look up, and other interviews, with somebody, maybe the one we were trying to go after, somebody that was just doing a soft opening on their bar.
Correct.
If you guys know anybody that would want to come on, we could talk. We can give them a call. We can let them. If they got maybe a business or something they want to promote,
do some advertising.
Let us know, man. We can bring them on. We can talk to them. We can let them have their time. And dude, I mean, we want everybody to grow as we're growing, because this whole thing, like I said, when you look at the background or everything that happens in the back end of what we do, it's paying off, and we have only you guys to thank, because you guys are listening. And I'm not trying to be heartfelt, because all I'm saying is that you guys are fucking cool for putting up with us, for even when you message, like Bobby or Roger, like, say, hey, when's the next, is there a new episode? When did the episode come out? Like, they're like wanting or waiting for us to put something out, which is kind of weird, because that's what happened this week, because everybody was like, well, it's Sunday. Why haven't anything come out? Well, we're recording on Monday. Yeah. But anyway, you get the idea.
So, just before we go, man, we were talking about the whole Gen Z, all the terms, right? So I had my cousin reach out to me, and she was like, you know what I just learned? She goes, I learned that one of the words that they use now is pause.
Pause.
Yeah. So, when guys used to say something and it was like, oh, no homo.
No homo.
You know how it would be like, oh yeah, man, I like this. Oh, but no homo.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Right? They would do that, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not PC anymore. Because it's
obviously.
It's right. It's not a good word anymore, right? People get offended, so we get it. So they started using pause. So the way she put it, she's like, yeah. So they used to say no homo after saying something that sounded gay, right? But now they say pause. She goes, and I was so confused of this lingo, because it's hard to keep up with. She goes, because saying homo is wrong. So now that they say that, right? So I'm getting the thumbs up over here from one of our Gen Zers. You know, so because it's wrong to say now. Now the word is pause. Yeah.
Pause.
Like, oh, they say something. Oh yeah, man. You know, this is hard. Oh, pause. Like, you know, I'm not
Okay,
not
so
trying to
just
say it in the
stop
game.
talking. Just stop talking and don't say it.
Or just say cut. Negative. I didn't say that. I didn't mean it that way.
No.
Like, it's just they don't want to have to say as many words. So
Pause.
Pause. Yeah. Pause.
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 Well, pause right there. Dude.
They say Ayo first. They say like Ayo pause.
Oh, yo, pause.
So they say it before.
So they're saying it right. They're like oh, so I was walking with this guy and we're like, and then they're like Ayo pause.
Oh, so if they're saying it like in the middle of their conversation, if they're talking to somebody and they're saying, "Oh man, I was walking with this guy," to not sound gay, right? Like, I was walking to this guy. Hey, yo, pause.
okay.
Like, You know what I mean? Like wait a minute.
Really?
Like wait a minute. That's not what.
So people can't talk to each other. I mean, I don't.
Well,
get
it's
it.
just,
Like, I'm
it's
walking.
just you know when, especially Raj, when Raj comes out with some of the terms and some of the things that he says, right? He's like, he says certain things and right away we're like, bro, like, the way it sounded, like, come on. Well, when they're doing it or saying it at the time, right away they're gonna be like, hey, yo, pause. Like, that's not how I meant it, basically. That's not how I meant it. So when you hear that, don't be confused.
Yeah.
Know exactly what they're talking about. And then slap them across the head and be like, learn
to talk.
Learn to talk.
Learn to speak.
Exactly.
Speak of the English.
Well, or
might be-
Spanglish. Learn to communicate.
Holy
Learn to
shit,
communicate.
bro. Oh my God. Well, here we go. First sex episode. More to come probably down the line.
Share your feedback on this episode on
Yeah.
Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Throw it out there.
We're all there, man.
We want to hear it.
All right, Louis, anything else to finish off, bro?
No, man, I think we good.
I think that's it, man. Thank you guys for listening. This is Uncanceled Culture. We'll talk to you guys later.
Peace.